Okay, by the way, everybody, it's Ox Bigley. This is my friend Rich. We went to go see Ghostbusters for the 30th anniversary. And first of all, I have to say, it was a terrible, terrible film. There was absolutely no CGI whatsoever, so fail, major fail. I even think that they painted a peanut green and used it for the ghost in one scene. No, but anyway, joking aside, but that is true. I should look it up. Anyway, personally for me, my experience with this movie, when we got in there, I mean, it just kind of started up. They usually play like the, you know, hey, in case you forgot what movie theater you're in, here's a plug for the movie theater you're in. They kind of did that, but I'm not used to this this theater, Cinemark or something like that. At any rate, I thought the quality of the film would have been better. I thought it would have at least been like, because it was sort of grainy. I mean, I don't know if that's just the age of it, or I thought it was going to at least be. I have to go back home and look at my Blu-ray and see how that is. If it's equally as grainy, then they get a pass. But if not, then they should have done. If it's supposed to be digital experience, big huge thing on the theater. Right. Digital experience. So you've seen the movie probably a million times. You're a big fan of it. Of course. What'd you think about seeing it on the big screen?
I never did see it on the big screen when it was out in the theaters originally because I was only 2 years old.
It's good enough reason.
Wouldn't have remembered it. Good experience. I think that it could have been a lot louder. I was waiting for it to get a lot louder.
Like at least surround sound or something. Yeah, there was none of that.
It wasn't as loud as I thought it would be.
Yeah. That was the other complaint I was going to have as far as the experience, is that no surround sound. It was like up front, like old school. Like it was up front speakers, and that was it. And I apologize if you hear any kind of whooshing sounds in the background. It's the AC. We live in Florida, and on top of that, I am a very large man, so it doesn't take much for me to sweat. So trying to beat the heat here. So I apologize if that's drowning out, anything else. Personally, me, I was like, I think it came out in 84?
84, that's right.
83, 84.
84.
Let me check my ticket stub.
Definitely 84.
84? Yeah, because I was like 4 years old, so I had no idea what happened on my ticket. Anyway, I couldn't have seen it when I was only 4 years old, and my first introduction to it was the cartoon series, the real Ghostbusters, and let me see, 1984. There it is for everybody to see. 84. 4 years old. So I saw the cartoon. I don't even remember when the cartoon first aired. 85, 86, I think.
I thought they said it was in the 90s. The cartoon.
No, that was something about the song. We watched the Honest trailer before.
That's right.
We're really the only ones in the theater for a good half hour or hour before the movie started, so we were able to goof around. We watched the pre-make trailer, which if you search for it, if I think of it, I'll put a link in the bottom. But then there's also the Honest trailer, which is hilarious. But they mentioned 80 in the 90s, but I think that was mainly wasn't it? I think maybe early 90s, late 80s, early 90s it came out. I can't remember when the second movie came out. I'll get to that in a second. Second movie. Yeah, but a cartoon series, so that piqued my interest. It was really cool, great, design and stuff like that, of the creatures and other stuff like that, and great adventure cartoon, and it was funny. So I only seen this on videotape and DVD.
Yeah.
Videotape since then, and then I went to go see the second movie in the theaters. Now what? Obviously, you haven't just seen it, but talk about the second movie for a little bit. Would you?
I actually like the second. I actually like the second movie.
I think most fans of Ghostbusters like it. I think that there's aspects they don't like it. I mean, I know for the most part, most people consider it a lesser film, but
yeah, they do. Well, the movie opens up with the Ghostbusters being basically out of luck and trying to scrape money by doing kids' birthday parties and events like that.
Yeah, and someone please explain to me that by the time that movie came out, He-Man hadn't been on the air for years. So why are kids screaming for He-Man to the end? Ivan Reitman. I know you're never going to see this, but if you do, just answer me. So, but anyway. I always had that bug on my chest about that movie. That and there's like a few things that I kind of don't like, but I get why they did it. One thing that I don't like, and I have no idea why they did it, is why they decided to add the logo for the movie into the movie. Like when they come back into business, they have the ghost, holding his fingers up as their logo on their patches, on the car, on on the building. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I never. You know what? That's a good point. I never picked up.
But but aspects they actually carried over aspects from the cartoon, like Janine. They made a redhead in the cartoon. In the first movie, she's a brunette.
A brunette. Mm-hmm.
So they made her a redhead in the second film. Gave her more of a look similar to that of the cartoon Janine.
Yeah.
They added the fact Slimer was there, which is kids were going to go see that movie, so they were going to go see it. That was like sort of like the breakout character for that series.
Right.
But you have to admit though, out of every franchise that's been in multi platforms and media, that's the only one. Ghostbusters is the only one that takes everything as canon.
Good point.
Because
very good point.
Like in the movies, and even in the video game that came out a few years ago, which is ultimately the third movie, because I really don't think the third movie is ever going to happen.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. It was passing of
Harold
Ramis. Yeah, and the fact that Bill Murray didn't really seem interested to make it to begin with, regardless. So I don't think the third movie is ever going to happen. If it does, I'll be very, very, very surprised.
Yeah. So would I.
But anyway, so in the video game, there's references to the Extreme Ghostbusters. There's references to the cartoon series all over the place, because there's not all over the place, but there's like little things here and there. Like if you go down in the basement and you look on a workshop bench, you can see the PKE meter from the cartoon, and you can see the round ghost trap from Extreme Ghostbusters. So nice little nods here and there. And then like the IDW comic book series, which I think stopped production, which made a lot of people mad, but I have like the first 4 or 5 issues. I'm not entirely sure, but I read the trade paperbacks, most of them. I haven't read all of them though, but if I ever get a chance to buy them, I probably will. But the second movie, and then a lot of people don't like the ending of the second movie, as far as like the thing with the painting. That was kind of weak.
It really was.
But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching this in the theater. I think the sound would have been, they would have had surround sound, and the picture quality would have been a little bit better. Yeah, it would have been a little more enjoyable. And maybe we didn't stay until the end of the credits, but at least before, what I would have liked, something that they don't even do with the DVDs or Blu-ray releases, give us the music video before the movie started. That would have been good. I don't know why. Like movies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I think even the Back to the Future discs might have the music videos. I'm not entirely sure. And Ghostbusters, no music video.
No.
So
it definitely would have added to the cinematic experience if the sound was better, having the surround sound.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, because I got like a subwoofer set of speakers at home, and I got a relatively good sized TV. I could have popped up my Blu-ray. Again, I had to check that, see if the quality's better. But as far as being able to go and see this in the theater, I think it was a good thing. Not a lot of people that are into Ghostbusters, or a lot of people who are into films of any franchise, rarely get to see their movies in this movie theater. Actually, I think with TMC, they do. We actually showed a couple of commercials for, like, they're supposed to be doing Dr. Strangelove.
Oh yeah,
like I want to see that. I love that movie. It was wacko. Scarface, which I've never seen. Please leave all your hate in the comments below. And MASH, and I think Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, that's right.
Was another one. I think there might have been another one in there somewhere, but for the most part, that was it. And they're going to be showing these in the theater.
Oh,
so
the Nutty Professor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the original Nutty Professor.
The original Nutty Professor, not
it's a crappy
Eddie
one.
Murphy.
Sorry, I don't like them. Of course, the best scene of the original movie was in my opinion, I think the best scene is where they show his parents. That's just, I like that bit. I don't know why. I think it's because of the way that the guy physically shrinks while he's getting chewed out by his wife. And I don't know who that guy is, but I can guarantee if he's been anything else, he must have been a wonderful physical actor just to be able to do that kind of thing. Does any of those look interesting to go see?
Maybe the the Doctor Love Strange.
Strange Love.
Strange Love.
He's never seen it. He doesn't know anything about it.
Tell, right?
Yeah, it's Peter Sellers, the guy who played the original Pink Panther. Very, very funny comedian. He plays like 3 different parts in that movie. He plays the American president. He plays 2 other people. I don't know who. He plays Dr. Strangelove, who's like this German guy who's in a wheelchair with a mechanical arm that constantly wants to sneak Heil. And, yeah, so I mean, it's, believe me, like one of the best scenes of like all the, like the presidents are all around and they're in the war room and 2 of them start arguing or whatever, and he comes over as, you know, the president is like, gentlemen, don't you know there's no fighting in the war room? It's a classic line.
Yeah,
you know.
That and Scarface I also have not
Scarface
seen.
I've never seen. That one would be interesting to see in the theater. Yeah, I mean, I keep seeing Brad Jones. He doesn't know who he is, but I keep seeing Brad Jones Cinema Snob do a lot of these things where it's like, you know, AMC would bring back these old movies for limited, you know, release, and I'm like, where do I get to see these? Now I know. Now I can look up this theater on the website and watch these old movies because, man, I mean, like, it's not that I can't go and find them somewhere or buy them for $5, whatever. It's not the issue. It's I want to see these movies the way that they were originally seen.
Yeah,
that's why when I go to watch a DVD or something like that, if it has the trailer, I will watch the trailer first. Then I will go to watch the movie, just because for the most part that's how other people are introduced to the film when it first came out. So even though it might be some movie that everybody and their grandma has seen and pop culture has chewed up and spat out several times, I still want to experience it the way it was originally experienced. So I was going to look up the original trailer for this before, but I didn't. So we watched the honest trailer and the pre-make trailer of the 1930s Ghostbusters movie,
which was pretty funny, actually.
Well, the honest trailer, yeah, but the pre-make guy, I tell you, I really wish he would do more. I think he's gotten some copyright slaps against him because of he uses different movie clips and stuff like that to construct his wonderful pieces of artwork, I would call it. But yeah, but that, you know, so that's it. I mean, what's your favorite, you know, bits from this movie? You think there's something that always sticks out in your head?
The scene where they're in the dining hall trying to catch the Spud Slimer.
The Sedgwick Hotel.
Yeah, that scene always sticks out in my mind. I like that scene.
Yeah, probably because of Slimer, right? I mean, was that? I know for a while that was my reasoning, at least because of the cartoon.
Another scene I like is when the technician comes in and shuts down the system, which releases all the ghosts back into New York City. That's also pretty, you know, that's coming into the climax of the movie, I think.
One thing I liked about this and the sequel, and a lot of 80s, you know, supernatural movies or creature films, is the creature effects.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know what it is about those old school, you know, practical effects, people. It's just how they're designed. Like, if you look at the design of like Slimer in this, or like the Killer Clowns masks, they had this certain look to them, and it's just, I've always been intrigued by creature effects. I don't know why.
They did a good job in Ghostbusters movie. With doing
the composite shots. I mean, yeah, you can tell some of it was like stop motion and whatever. I mean, I kind of really wish that they were able to go back to the original negatives or whatever, or the original sources, and reconstitute it. Only to clean up stuff, because the movie is aged well, but some of the effects haven't. But it still holds up better than a lot of CGI. You know, if this movie was, that's the thing that Harold Ramis, which if they ever do the third movie, I hope that this is the one thing that they will keep straight, is that Harold Ramis hated CGI. He said he watched like 3 trailers and they all looked the same, like the same movie, because it was all CGI explosions and stuff like that. Thanks, Michael Bay. So, and it was like, you know, what's the point? So he's like, practical effects. I mean, everything done in Ghostbusters is practical effects and composite shots and forced perspective and stuff like that. Like, there's a bit where Stay Puft's walking down the street and there's a busted fire hydrant, and yeah, you could have done it with CGI, but wouldn't necessarily look real. And even they didn't even use water because water isn't miniaturized, so they use sand. And it's just I am not only intrigued by the look of creature effects and practical effects, but I'm intrigued by the mode by which they do it. Excuse me. How they can get certain. There's still one effect in this movie I had no idea how they did it, and that's in the beginning of the movie when excuse me, the guy hacks up his lung. Oh no, where the librarian is walking through and there's books crossing. Well, they say, oh, it's strings. I get that, but there's one that's like right head level, and she walks through.
Yeah, that's right.
So how? Okay, I want to know how they did that. I want to know how physically they did it. I still think it's yeah, it looks cheesy, it looks cheap. It's because it was, but at the same time, you know, it's still an effect that makes me, you know, wonder how they did it. And that's
interesting, actually.
That is more valuable, I think, to a moviegoer than saying, oh, they just programmed that, you know, it's a couple of zeros and ones in the computer. You know. So, yeah, I mean, the video game looked good, but it's computer, you know, CGI stuff. So
the Gozer scene is another pretty neat scene. One of the final scenes of the movie where they're going up against the main antagonist of the film, Gozer.
People know who Ghostbusters is. Man, come on. What about it?
No, I think the character design is pretty neat with Gozer.
They actually, I forgot who it was. Some people are gonna get mad at me, but there was I think it was Bo Derek or some kind of I think it was like a tennis star or something at the time. I forgot what it was. Grace Jones. Grace Jones. She was a African American action heroine from the 80s and stuff like that. Who had a flat top. They wanted her originally for the role of Gozer in that, but I guess she turned it down or something like that. So they got this, I don't know, like German supermodel or something like that to do the part. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good scene. I mean, it's weird after. It's kind of hard to rewatch a movie once you've seen like all the behind the scenes stuff, and how they did this, how they did that. It's very difficult to watch it for what it is. Sometimes, I mean, like movies like this, it's a good enough movie where no matter what, you're always gonna enjoy it. Right. So, but you know, like the bit where Dana was in the statue at the end.
Yeah.
Like they say that she was actually sort of trapped in there, and they, you know, so when they were trying to get her out, it was actually like a more of a legit thing.
A real effort trying to get her out.
Yeah, because they put it on her so well or whatever. So little things like that, little touches like that. And there's also something that a lot of people didn't know, or at least I didn't know for a while, is that the character of Louis Tully was originally shopped to be played by John Candy.
Yes.
But he wanted to play it as some kind of with a German accent.
Yes, that's right.
Or to have two big huge dogs with him or some crap like that. And you're like, well, we got the terror dogs, you know, so that's going to be kind of confusing or whatever. Yeah. So he's like, I don't want nothing to do with it. They still put him in the, you know, music video for some reason. I think because a lot of because was it Ramus, Aykroyd, and Murray came from Second City comedy troupe, and I know John Candy came from Second City. I know Rick Moranis came from Second City. A lot of, you know, so I think Chevy Chase is also in the music video. There's a lot of celebrities you're like these people weren't even in the movie. Why are they here? You know, but hey, I guess if you make it big with a movie, you're gonna have your friends, you know, be a part of it some way or another. So shoot, I know I'd do that. But you know. So,
you know, the movie was actually written by Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
And I think, then...
was it Reitman did a rewrite or something? No. Yeah, Ramis.
Ramis.
Yeah, Harold Ramis. came in
rewrote
and
the movie.
Yeah, they kind of rewrote it together because actually one of the original concepts for the film was that they were time travelers.
Oh,
as much sense as that makes. And the neutrino ones, which are, you know, the proton pack guns, were like in their gloves, and they would like hold their fingers out like this and create like a force field around the ghost and trap it that way or something like that. And they were like dressed like SWAT soldiers or something weird like that. And the car was supposed to be black, and it wasn't necessarily supposed to be a hearse, but it was supposed to be black and like have these like ground effects, like purple ground effects or something weird like that. Which I wouldn't mind seeing maybe like a short film or something as the original concept that Aykroyd had.
Yeah, that would be neat actually.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So like I don't know who it is. Somebody does a lot of like video game possible like trailers for video games. I know they did one for Final Fight, and I can't remember who else, but they need to get on that because I would like to see that, just see how it would be done.
Yeah.
And do practical things.
Yes.
It was easy for people, especially people online or on YouTube or whatever, to use computer generated effects. I don't know, it's just something more legit about physical props, you know, putting in the laser bolts or whatever, you know, the proton streams in the way that they would do it back in the day. I honestly think we need more cinematographers and movie makers to go back to the old school ways. I think that the closest we've ever had to something like that, which still use a lot of CGI and crap, was like Grindhouse and was it Tarantino's, you know, movies like that. Even though a lot of fake trailers I've never seen it. I've seen some of the fake trailers, mind you. But Death Proof and I think Planet Terror was the two names of those movies, and then Machete came out a few years ago, which was an okay movie. It was good for curiosity. Some interesting things in it, but you don't know anything about those. But,
I don't.
But they went back and they were trying to make like old 70s like we called Grindhouse movies, which were like exploitation films, action movies, you know, super violent action movies or whatever else. Sorry, I ran out of space on the memory card. Real quick to wrap it up, I was talking about Planet Terror or whatever, and you know, practical effects. We need more of that. Ghostbusters was a really good movie. Is a really good movie, and it will continue to be for quite a long time. I know that it makes me mad as far as home video release. They just came out with a 2-pack Blu-ray. I have the first movie already on Blu-ray. They did a single release. Now they're doing a 2-pack, and now they're doing it with the second movie finally on Blu-ray, which I think you can get them both individually.
Yeah.
But one thing that bothers me with home video releases of movies, you already have the cover made. It's called the movie poster.
Yeah.
Explain this to me. Why you can't use the movie poster for the dang bleeding cover of the movie? I know it's just basic. It was just like the three of them standing there, you know, holding the proton guns or whatever. Right. But that's the movie, or like the logo in black.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have blue slime and green slime.
Green slime. Yep.
It's kind of at least Back to the Future, they got it right when they did that.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Except for when the first release came out of the trilogy, it was like they like put Doc Brown from the first movie behind Marty, which is kind of. I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least have the hover car on tracks with the thing on the hood, and then have Marty from the first movie, Doc from the second movie, and then Clara.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it, but that's me. The fire trail in the back. But anyway, enough of that. We're running out of time. We want to go eat lunch because I got to go to work at 4 o'clock, and it's like 1 something now. I don't even know. It's 88.1. I'm sorry. That's never mind. Radio station. So yeah, I might go see one of the other movies. I might go see Strangelove or whatever. I got to look at the website, see what else is playing, because I really would love to see a lot of those old movies. We might be doing this again. I don't know. If I go to see another movie this summer, I don't know, through September, I might. I'll definitely do another video of this, especially if it's something big. Haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet. I do really want to see that. Have you seen that or no?
I did see it.
Yeah, you
Good-
saw it. Like
good
everybody, all my friends want to go see it. Left me in the dust. I haven't seen nothing. I might see that next, maybe in like 2 weeks or so. If it's still in the theaters, I doubt it. But maybe I'll chase it down to $1 theater or something. Sticky floors and one speaker in the front. Watch it on a post-it note. All right, that was it. That was Ghostbusters. Any final words about Ghostbusters?
Classic movie from Hollywood.
Actually, while it's still got a little bit of time here. The toys. What was your first Ghostbusters toy?
You know, I'm trying to remember if I did have a Ghostbusters toy. A friend of mine growing up had the Ghostbusters toys, but I don't remember if I ever. I'm sure I did. I can't.
Don't remember.
It's probably, you know what? As I'm thinking about it, I think it was the cartoon character of Egon with the blonde hair.
All the figures were from the cartoon.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
Which one was it? Because there was like several different ones. They had like the fright features, or they had, water squirty ones, or the ones that scream when you put something on. Or ghost on
I think it
them
was
or
just a
something.
regular action figure.
Because like mine was because they had different waves. Like the first wave was just the way they looked in the cartoon. That was it. Mine was the first wave, Winston. It was like in a drugstore, and I was like begging my mom for it. And then I ended up getting Slimer. It was called the Green Ghost at the time. Never had Stay Puft. Always wanted Stay Puft. I finally got it from eBay. And then I had like a bunch of I think the only set I ever completed was like they had haunted humans, which were like these it was like an old lady grandma that like turned into a monster. There was like a what was it, like a football player, or a bike cop, a construction worker, a mailman. Might have been another one in there. Garbage man. I had like all those. Those were cool. I had more monsters than I had the Ghostbusters. I never had all of the Ghostbusters. I never had each one. I had like 2 different Winstons. I had 2 different was it Egons? I had the one with the tie, and like an idiot, I took a pair of nail clippers to it and chopped it off. So everybody lost that tie. Like any figure you find loose, that thing's missing. I had I think Pete Venkman, that was the Screaming Heroes one. But anyway, I had a toilet too, which I love the toilet. I have that sitting on my wall at home. And you roll it, and it has a monster, and then the lid opens up, and it's a monster mouth in there, and the tank opens up with eyes. And ever since then, I've been trying to put monsters in toilets. So, but yeah, and then there was like a 4-pack of the movie, of like the second movie. It came with Slimer that was in Toys R Us as exclusive. Mattel made that. Yeah, and I had the Ecto one. I saw the Ecto one from the Extreme Ghostbusters, which is cool because it has a sound effects chip in there. And I had like all the basic figures. High temperature. Okay. Can I still record? Yeah. Okay. My phone's weird. I'm going to do this on my phone instead of using my actual camera. Anyway, we've been yapping long enough. I got to go home and edit this tomorrow or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's Ghostbusters. If you've never seen it, and it's only out for like 1 week, I found out about this last week because they kept plugging it on Facebook, the official Ghostbusters Facebook page. 30th anniversary. So, and that makes me feel really smeggy old. I mean, I was 4 years old when this movie came out. Man,
been that long, yeah.
You were 2. I mean, at least you get a little bit more youth on you than that. But man, 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, next year is 2014. There might be a replay of the Back to the Future movies by then.
2015. Yeah,
2015.
actually,
My bad,
I was just thinking about that.
Which
I said the next movie
personally,
should be
what I want to do
Future.
is on the date that he went to 2015. I want to go, and I know it has nothing to do with the second movie, but I want to go to the movie that he used to the mall that he used in the first movie, the Twin/Lone Pine Mall. I want to go there on that date. I mean, I think they have a Hot Topic, so that's good enough reason to go. Or EB Stop or something. And my phone keeps telling me it's getting hot. So, anyways, before my phone craps out on me, I will let you go, and we will probably see you if we ever go see another movie. So, until then, enjoy Ghostbusters. If you don't get to see it in the theater, watch it on Blu-ray, watch it on DVD, watch it on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah, that's true.
Watch the cartoon series if you have it, if you can afford the DVD set and get the... It's expensive. Anyway, go buy some toys, whatever you want to do. And see you in the next one. Bye.